Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about my Exodus dream and why it's delayed but not denied. I'm Lavinia and I'm a creativity facilitator, published author, and educator. And my channel is about Black women discovering the joy of self-care through creative expression. And it's going to provide some insights and information and inspiration for navigating those fears that we sometimes struggle with when we're trying to pivot and walk a new path. So let's get started with today's video. And I know I'm definitely one of those women who want to retire abroad. I don't know where yet. Maybe Spain, but I lived in Madrid, so that wasn't necessarily feeling that, but I did like Valencia a whole lot. So I'm not sure. Mexico was great. Guadalajara was lovely. Loved Guadalajara, but I don't know. So I do have my dream, my expat dream, but it is deferred because I've got a 82-year-old mom that I have to look out for, and it is not a hardship. It is not a hardship. And so part of this channel is about the in the meantime period, right? And me wanting to make the most of it. You know, I can't leave right now, can't leave the United States right now, but there's no reason why I can't make the most of my time here and explore some different things that are of interest to me and put some things out there around where I feel like I can make a contribution. So yeah, I'm gonna be supporting my mom and being close and taking care of her, and I feel privileged to be able to do it. Part of the reason why I was able to go off and do all of those things after 40, mind you, when I should have been like, oh, let me focus on my retirement, let me focus on settling down and you know, just kind of not being footloose and fancy free. I started doing that in my 40s. And because I hadn't done it up until that point, and you know, it was kind of late to be doing it, or in an awkward stage of life, because depending on your life, you know, at least in the stage I was in, I wasn't really established and, you know, had a big retirement plan under my belt. So I should have been really doubling down on that. Shoulda. But I just didn't, and I decided I wanted to go off and explore. I lived in China for a year and do some things. And so part of the reason why I felt so encouraged and empowered to do that, and I did that when I moved to China, it was 2012, and that was before like I really knew, or there were so many travel bloggers that were Black, and everything with Facebook, all these groups with Black people traveling and being in all these different countries. That didn't exist. I didn't know. It was something that was far from in the mainstream, that Black people were going and living abroad and traveling abroad. And then at my age, I was like, it just was, but my mom was like, go, you know. And you know, when I think about the fact that, you know, I'm her only daughter, so I've never gotten married, and didn't give her any grandchildren. She was never able to say, oh, she's got this big old C-suite fancy job, or she's got this big old house. My mom was never able to brag about any of those things. And never once has she even given the slightest hint that she's been disappointed. Never. I mean, so the psychological and emotional freedom to just live life or try to do it on my own terms, just, she never got in the way of that. And I just, given her age and her generation, she's like a unicorn, and I love it, you know. And so so yeah, the only time she ever, you should do this and you shouldn't do that, the only time is when she, you know, would hear me self-judging myself harshly and saying unkind things to myself, or, you know, about myself. That's when she, you better not, or you should, or you shouldn't. That's when she would say. So that's not to say, that is not to say anything disparaging about the people who are leaving and they have aging parents. That, I mean, hey, every situation is different. Every situation, every relationship, situation, circumstance is different. So this is not at all some type of shaming or anything like that at all. It's just me, and me also like acknowledging that there are those of us who are choosing to stay near aging parents, and to encourage you to not put anything on hold until that time comes when you can make when you can exit out of here, and just think about different things that you can do to explore, self-discover. Obviously you're going to be traveling. I'm going to be traveling because I still haven't figured out where I want to go. And so that's what I'm going to be doing during this time, is trying to figure out where I want to go, so that when I can make my exit strategy, I kind of know where I want to go. So that's all. I just want to say that, and it's kind of like just a public acknowledgement of how cool my mom is, and how I appreciate how she didn't burden me with that American version of success. I did it to myself, because we just indoctrinated, right? And there's comparison. Oh my gosh, there's comparison syndrome like crazy. And so you look around you and you judge yourself based on, what other people are doing, where you should be. And so I did that to myself, but the fact that she never did that to me and actually discouraged me from doing that, that was priceless to me, just priceless. And so that's kind of like a public honoring and acknowledgement of my mom. This video is more than anything else. So anyway, if you like this video, please like it. And if you think you're going to be interested in creative self-expression, a different way to self-care, and if you got some of these fears that crop up when you think about pivoting and exploring a new path, or maybe you're taking some tiny steps already and you kind of getting stalled out or stuck because you're feeling a little afraid, this channel is probably for you. So feel free to subscribe. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and peace out.